Jaclyn Traina, Sydney Littlejohn, Jadyn Spencer, and Kaila Hunt. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach Murphy.
Well, congrats to Tim and the Florida Gators. Everybody told me if you keep coming back, eventually you're going to win one, and the same goes for them. I think it was the 6th time at least that they've been here, and it's nice that another SEC school can now hold that trophy high. I think the biggest thing in the 2 games was they continued innings and they got key hits. The 4 runs in the second. It was the other night, I think it was 3 hits or 4 hits combined with 2 outs, just back to back to back, and we just couldn't get that big inning. And we hit into way too many double plays. Unlucky. But I'm really pleased with my team. I thought it was one of the easiest teams I've ever had to coach. Absolutely no discipline. There was 5 academic All-Americans playing in this tournament, and 4 wore Alabama across their chest. And that's a remarkable accomplishment for these young ladies.
Thank you, Coach. Reminder to raise your hand and wait for the microphone. Please state your name and affiliation before asking your question. Also, if you have a question for more than one of the student athletes, please direct to which one you would like to begin. We'll now go to the floor for questions.
Jackie and Kaila, just what was that moment like on the outfield? You guys had that meeting with the whole team, the coaches. What was that moment like for you guys?
I mean, it was a good time. It was a good moment. I mean, just being able to be around, these people. They're great people, and the best thing that I'm gonna take from this is the memories and the relationships that I built with these, my family. And yeah, we didn't come out with a win, but all I can ask is to have great memories with them, and that's what I did.
Thanks, Jaclyn. Kaila?
I think I'd have to say the same. I mean, obviously it's a little surreal moment. We all want to end our career with a win, but the biggest thing that I'm going to take from this is the relationships and the friendships that I've built over the past 4 years with these people. It's not going to matter in 20 years whether I ended my career with a win or not. And that Murph made sure to make that point. The biggest thing that you can take from this whole experience is the relationships and how much we do care about each other. And so that was the biggest thing about that moment.
Tommy Dees, Tuscaloosa News for Patrick and Jadyn and Kaila. Looked like you had a plan for Rogers when you finally saw her. Were you surprised by the pitching decision, and how did you try to adjust to the other pitchers?
Well, I wish it wouldn't have been such a big surprise to everybody. That's the problem with college softball. There's 3 pitchers on our team. He has 3. Let's all use them, It's a staff. It's not a one pitcher. We had seen Hager, we've seen Gurley. We were ready for all 3. And, he decided to throw the one he did. And we saw all 3 today. So I think more coaches need to use everybody, so kudos to Tim.
Thanks, Coach. Jadyn?
I definitely agree with that statement. I think our coaching staff does a great job for preparing us for the pitching staff we're going to face. We don't necessarily hone in on one pitcher because, especially with a team like Florida, they have 3 capable pitchers, just like we have 3 capable pitchers. You have to be ready for anything, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's a surprise because we've seen her before and all 3 of them do a great job, so we were ready for whatever they were going to throw.
Kaila?
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, we had watched film on all 3, and we had a plan going into it, so it wasn't really a surprise. And we were ready for whoever they were going to throw. We had a plan for each one of them. I thought we did, especially against Hager. In the first inning, we kind of jumped on it. So, I mean, it's not really a surprise. We had watched film, and we had a plan for each of the pitchers.
Anything else?
Yeah, Tommy Dees, Tuscaloosa News again. For Jackie, did just run out of gas, use up everything you had to get to the final, and for Jackie and for Sydney. Jackie, what do you see in this kid, and Sydney, what did you learn here that you in the postseason that you'll take into next year?
Jaclyn?
you know, it happens, and you know, my pitches might have not been as sharp as they were, but I have full confidence in both Leslie and Sydney, and you know, I'm really proud of her for what she's done here. I mean, she's going to do a lot of great things at Alabama.
Sydney?
Learning everything that I have from Jack is definitely going to carry me on through the next few years. She has been a great leader, not only for me and Leslie, but for this entire team. And what she has done for this team is truly unremarkable, and we're just going to try and carry on her legacy.
Anything else?
One more for Patrick. Can you talk about what you lose with this group of seniors and what you look at going forward? And what does making another run with this group do for the 9 who hadn't done it before?
Well, I'll start with that. I think it's terrific because, you know, those 9 newbies got to experience a ride of a lifetime. I mean, they've got that experience now. They're going to have that hunger when we come back in the fall. I mean, and to have Sydney and Leslie both get to pitch this week was awesome too. And I think a lot of people got to see what Sydney's capable of. It's going to be a lot of fun with her. And I mean, the 5 seniors, they've been the easiest kids to coach. Not one issue off the field. Everybody's above a 3.4 GPA. 4 of the 5 are going to graduate in 4 years, with Kaila being the lone one because she's got to student teach. And it's impossible to student teach and play at the same time. So just the best group of young ladies. I mean, if I had a daughter, I'd want those 5. That's how great of kids they are.
Jackie, you were drafted by the MPF, right? No?
No. I didn't put my name in.
Pardon me?
I did not. I don't want to go pro.
All right, since I was wrong on one question, the next question is, what do you do next?
You know, right now I'm just trying to figure that out and, you know, go with the flow. Oh, grad school, for sure. Gonna get my master's in social work.
Patrick, how has Florida changed during the time Tim has been there? What have we seen them do over the years?
I think the biggest difference is he's more balanced up and down the lineup. I mean, I remember when I first started, I had 9 righty hitters that I was praying for a 3-run home run every time I got out. And we came to the World Series the first time and, you know, didn't do very well. And then I had to adjust my lineup, and I think he's done the same thing. You know, it used to be a lot of power hitters and no speed, no short game. And now he's got a little mix of everything. And I try to go a third, and it's similar to what he has. But I think he has evolved offensively, because I really think it was the Bass brothers early on. And now he's got some speed at the top of the order and some lefties and some short game. So I think he's done a great job.
Pete LaFleur, College Softball 360. Coach, just to follow up on that, I know you have a little bit of a background in baseball, and obviously Coach Walton does as a college player himself, and he played in the College World Series. For both of you, did your baseball background impact, do you think that baseball background impacts Coach Walton's coaching, or yours at all any differently than somebody who might not? I don't know if you've ever thought about that, how it might impact it differently.
Well, I coached like 5 years of high school baseball in Iowa, and then I went to Louisiana Lafayette with Yvette Girard, and she's the one that really got me going in softball. And I think I took a little bit of both, you know, the short game and all the strategies of softball, and then the home run and the power hitting of baseball, and tried to combine the two. I think both have helped. I mean, I used to coach softball and go home and coach baseball in the summer, and I think both helped the other sport tremendously.